this thing was 10 foot tall. He had beautiful hair. I come out here and rough talked him and run him off. And I said, get away from here. Get. And he went right back out that path again. He looked like he had 6 fingers on each hand.
Welcome to Conspiracy Therapy with Ryan and Larry. So, hello, Larry.
Hello, Larry.
I called that. I knew that was going to happen. Anyway, guess what we're covering today, fellas? Oh, wait, there's multiple people. Say hello, Josh.
Hello, Josh.
Oh, we got a group of funny men tonight.
That's a stretch.
Yep. So, today, on our inaugural episode of Conspiracy Therapy, we are going to be covering the one fascinating furry friend known as Bigfoot. Yo, Bigfoot. Let's talk about him.
Okay.
And let's preface this episode a little bit, since this is the beginning of said podcast. Myself personally, I'm a big nut when it comes to conspiracy, sci-fi, horror,
right,
fantasy. I'm a consummate Game of Thrones addict.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I was a wizard. And that's a little history about me.
It's good to set goals like that. Achievable goals.
Right, exactly. So, I figure we would start with the big guy, the furry friend, the Care Bear in the woods. And mostly, I just want to say, like, right off the bat, on a scale from 1 to 10, how scary do we actually think Bigfoot is?
Oh, I'm going 10.
Really?
I've seen those Jack Links commercials. Messing with Sam Squanch.
Oh my God.
Dude looks mean.
He does look mean.
I was just going to go with like a solid 7.
Really? Because I got to be honest with you, man. I'm thinking like 3. I'm thinking 4 if it's a woman and it's that time of month.
Okay.
But I'm going to go with 3 because, you know, if it's a human, I'm more scared of a grizzly bear, but like a humanoid bear evolution thing, like
it's still a wild animal though.
Is it?
But that can rip your arms off.
Yeah.
I mean, what do we know for a fact? Okay, so first of all,
he's not Shaquille O'Neal. This is a freaking animal.
Okay, you're right. It's not Shaquille O'Neal. But what if it was?
Well, then he'd be playing center for the Portland Trailblazers right now.
Do we see how many razors Shaquille O'Neal goes through? We don't know for sure. Maybe he is like one of the few walking amongst us Bigfoots.
You think they've assimilated?
Yes, I do. I think they've assimilated. Anyway, okay, so let's do a little history lesson, why don't we?
Okay.
Bigfoot, which is also known as Sasquatch, is the name given to a mythological simian, ape, or hominid-like creature that is said to inhabit forests, mainly in the Pacific Northwest. In North American folklore, Bigfoot is usually described as a large, hairy, bipedal... That's a word.
I think people
humanoid.
use that to describe me as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well,
you swing both ways on the pedal, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. The term Sasquatch is an derivative of the Hulkamelmem word
Big words.
Sasquatch.
So he's the Hulk?
I'm thinking it's like a native thing because originally, in from what I could read up on the wiki for Bigfoot, there's been Bigfoot since before there was Bigfoot. And I want to stress, we're not just talking about Yetis in China or anything. We're focusing specifically on the American version of Bigfoot.
Yeah. Build a wall. Keep out those other big feets.
Donald Trump, Bigfoot, doesn't let any Mexifoots in.
He's huge.
Scientists like to discount the existence of Bigfoot and consider it to be a combination of folklore and misidentification and hoax rather than a living animal because of the lack of physical evidence and the large numbers of creatures that would be necessary to maintain a breeding population. Because I gotta assume that
I've I looked into the breeding. I did.
Okay.
And the mating season is actually from March through April.
That's kind of a small window.
Yes. And Grady Grange witnessed firsthand a couple of Bigfoot mating in the middle of March. Doggy style.
Balky.
He just doggy, not Balky style. Some perfect strangers. Hey, baby.
Yeah. I don't even know what that is.
I'll be your cousin Larry tonight.
Okay. So, all right.
Look,
Scientists disprove this almost from the get-go. They say if there is a Bigfoot, in order for there to logically be one, we should know about it, because the fact of the matter is this planet is overpopulated as it is. We should have run into one of these fuckers by now.
I would think
Pardon
so.
my French.
I would think so too, because we haven't come across bones or
right. Well, that's the other thing too. They were saying that if anything, there would be fossils at this point. But there's some truth to the fact that because there are high forested areas, say in like Yosemite and all these other kind of government
right on the Canadian American border there.
Yeah, exactly. There is a chance that maybe there are some creatures out there. I want to take a quick moment to listen to a few people who said they have experienced Bigfoot sightings.
This will probably be my favorite part of the show.
Okay, yeah. Let's dive right into that and see if their testimony rings true.
Corey Combs is a local dirt bike rider.
Set up camp, had a fire going. Got kind of late, and I could hear the bushes moving and branches breaking, but I didn't think much about it. But the noises, they kept coming, and I had that sense of something was watching me. And we got our flashlight going, and the batteries were just about to die. And all I remember was seeing the light shine on its face before the battery died. And that was the instant that I knew exactly what was watching me, that it was indeed Sasquatch.
All right. I'm going to go with probably his hairy uncle.
Okay. Hairy uncle for 100?
Yeah. If your profession is that you're a dirt biker, I'm going to go with your living abode is your mom's basement. So if you're having Bigfoot sightings, it's probably your hairy Uncle Larry.
Yeah, that could be it. I tend to lean toward bears on these.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I was listening to.
Are you thinking San Francisco gay bears?
No, Chicago bears.
Oh, they ain't got
no. But have you ever seen those videos of bears walking on 2 feet?
I have.
It's really freaky. First of all,
yeah, because they look like little businessmen in a hurry.
They do. He's got to close an account.
All right, let's watch another one.
Okay.
A Virginia man claims he has the best proof of Bigfoot yet.
Oh, Virginia.
It was Randy O'Neill who uploaded these images this weekend, stating that it was his father who took the image with his camera phone while he was fishing near the Intercoastal Highway in Virginia.
Just code word for drinking heavily.
Make out what's in this picture exactly.
All right, we're looking
Mr.
at
O'Neill
the picture.
Explains how he himself saw the creature 25 years ago in the same area.
It could be the one black man on the pond.
Sasquatch. He has challenged others to prove that it's fake.
These pictures are always so grainy and blurry.
My memories and experiences have made me a believer.
What's worse
Here are
is
the pictures again. Feel free to pause, copy, zoom, dissect.
Okay.
Whatever you need to do.
Josh, let me show you the picture and tell me what you think.
I can honestly
think they're going to show it here in just a second.
Most non-blurred images I personally have ever seen.
Okay, what does that look like? What if that could be two bears. One of them's giving him a blowjob up against a tree.
See, and that's the problem I have with a lot of these pictures. Nowadays, we can take pictures with our phones and have this razor sharp picture, but supposedly these guys out fishing and hunting have Nokias yet from the late 90s.
Well, razors. I mean, that was the Christmas gift.
That's true.
And with the live film, it always looks like they handed the camera to Michael J. Fox.
True. And that would be modern day Michael J. Fox, not Back to the Future.
Not in its heyday.
I know. Rest in peace, Michael.
Still alive.
Oh, never mind. All right. Let's try to find one more, and then we'll delve a little more into the history, and then do our verdict.
Okay.
San Antonio 911, do you need police, fire, or EMS?
I'm not real sure, ma'am. I just watched the biggest it was a critter, but
we're going with critter.
It smelled real bad. I'm a homeless female. I live right in the middle of the woods, around 151, just north of Claver on 1604, where the light is. This big thing was 75 feet away from me, smells awful, devoured a whole deer carcass, and then took off and, screamed, screeched, and took off across the street. And I know you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but I'm dead serious. There was something very big, a lot bigger than me, out here. So, I just thought somebody should know. I really don't know what you can do about it.
How long ago did this happen?
This is, immediately.
Someone's drunk.
I don't know if
I found some mushrooms. I ate a couple.
Okay, again, now tell me, where was it? This is at 151 in Calabria?
Okay, the light at 151, just up from Calabria on 16, on 1604, where 1604 split.
I'm homeless,
and you
ma'am.
You can get off on the access road to Calabria,
Google Maps.
or you can take 151.
Right.
That light right
instructions.
There is,
to how to get there. Didn't ask that.
Very large.
Question was how long ago?
Animal of some kind.
Again, it looks like two bears. One's giving the other one
2 or 4.
Bears are known for that.
It was standing on 2 legs. You're going to think I'm crazy, but I'm serious.
They only mate during the 1 month, so the rest of the year it's oral.
The rest of the year it's all hand jobs and blowies.
Howls. And a very creepy, scary thing. Because, like I said, I live in a tent. In the woods.
Aunt Flo's in town, but she brought Uncle BJ.
Yes, ma'am. I'm a homeless female. I live in a tent in the woods.
Yep, there we go.
And I just saw this freaky, scary, very large creature devour a deer and
Give him a blowjob. It's probably hairy Uncle Larry bumping around in the night. Doesn't want to go home to his wife and 17 kids.
Yeah, I guess it's his number. But I'd really prefer animal control or somebody bigger than me. But I appreciate it. I just thought somebody.
Okay, she just keeps going on and on and on.
If you really want to hear the call, which it was entertaining, search it on YouTube. Homeless couple sees Bigfoot eating deer. I guess there was more to that story. Anyway, I'm gonna say, do you guys think for sure that a Bigfoot could exist? Given what we've seen, what we've talked about, maybe what we've done as far as research on our own.
Now, I saw a documentary,
right?
Really good one, called Harry and the Hendersons. And that leads me to believe that, yes, they could indeed exist.
Okay. Josh?
I would say that it's definitely plausible that it exists.
Yeah.
I mean, how many regions of the world where there's some kind of a story of a large humanoid, and a lot of that's going to be based on some form of truth. So is it possible? Yes. Is it as huge, I guess, as it's made out to be?
And
maybe not.
Yeah, and that's one thing I noticed too when I was going through this, that people would describe it anywhere between 6.5 feet to 10 feet tall.
So and I don't think Shaq to Manute Bull height.
Right. And I don't think, other than dogs, you really don't see that kind of size difference in a single species.
Right.
And it was like you were saying, if it were 10 feet tall, why have we never found bones or anything of that nature?
Right. I mean, and another thing is, I mean, they consider the most famous sighting, the 1967 Patterson-Gimlin film, to be like lock solid evidence. I don't know if any of you guys have watched that recently. I know you said you
just saw it today.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
I'm just gonna say 1967, maybe an extra from Planet of the Apes just wandered up north, high on LSD, jammed to some Charles Manson in his
I mean, from Hollywood. I mean, what else could it be?
Exactly. You get one lost extra on the Planet of the Apes set, and somebody makes a fortune, or has concrete evidence that monkeys are apes or whatever. Bigfoots are out there. Anyway, so I kind of feel like it's a monkey suit, personally. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't discount what I do think, which is that in this planet with Siamese twins, with little people, big people. I mean, we've got the Mexican hairy people and the Italian hairy people, the Armenian hairy people.
There's corgi dachshund mixes. Why can't there be a Yeti?
You get enough Robin Williams impersonators in the room, and
you eventually will pound out the works of Shakespeare.
Yes, or you're going to tell too many jokes. But there's a lot of hoaxes out there, so maybe it's real. And it's the thing: if you're listening to this and you're a Bigfoot truther, God bless you, sir.
And by the way, those websites are awesome. And yes. I got one here from one of those sites. Okay. This is great. If you are confronted by Bigfoot, offering it food will provide you with an 80% chance of survival, while crying will provoke the animal to punch you in the face. And that's according to Bigfoot Finder.
Holy cow! So he doesn't like crying.
He doesn't like crying. He'll punch you in the face.
Maybe that's like because they have to deal with babies that cry, and then their babies don't live very long since there's not very many of them. So they just deck their babies, and then they just like, I'm a solo Bigfoot. And then they find a tree with a dead squirrel in the trunk and just make love to it since their lady's on the rag 9 months a year.
Are you claiming that Bigfoot uses squirrels as a fleshlight?
I'm saying it's not out of the possibility.
True.
Okay? These guys are furry. Anyway, so we're going to go with that Bigfoot verdict. Let's see. You went with...
I go with no.
No? Josh?
Plausible.
I'm going to go yes. There could be a Bigfoot out there. But if there is a Bigfoot, there's probably one. And he's sad. I think he's an emo Bigfoot because he's way too close to Seattle.
Yeah.
I know it's rainy up there. So anyway, let's do a quick what you been up to, plugs, outro real quick. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at Ryan Herrig. Larry's at Larry Gaga.
Yes, Larry _Ga_Ga.
Josh?
I don't even know what my Twitter handle is.
Okay, fuck Twitter.
I'm never on Twitter, to be honest.
Right on. That's all good. All good. All right, well, we hope you enjoyed this first inaugural episode of Conspiracy Therapy with Ryan and Larry. Let's go out on a little tunage.
Down where the Sasquatch hide in the misty mountainside, he's got shiny diamonds that he's got to protect. Look into the Sasquatch eye, then you know that Sas can fly. Sasquatch is my daddy and he's going to protect me. Half man and half machine, on the cover of a magazine. Bigfoot is my father and he's got to protect me. These legs don't make sense. Think about the evidence.
This has been a presentation of Mirror City Media.